ओम भैरवाय नमः। जय कामाख्या। जय हिंगलाज माता। ओम तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नः रुद्र प्रचोदयात्। ओम हिंगुले परम हिंगुले अमृतरूपिणी तनुशक्ति मनशिवे श्री हिंगुलाय नमः। ओम भैरवाय नमः। Namaskaram everyone. First of all, thank everyone to give an opportunity to tell something about Adhyatma. Today I would be covering on few of the information about most awaited auspicious occasion, that is our Ishta Devata Kalabhairava Jayanti. That's coming very shortly by coming Friday. Apparently we are supposed to see the Tithi before starting any of this auspicious occasion. My proposal would be, please ensure that you are checking the local Hindu calendar. According to the Tithi, you're supposed to start the sadhana. So ideally, from a South India perspective, it starts Ashtami. Tithi, Karthika Ashtami starts on 22nd and ends on 23rd. So it is by 6-7 p.m. in the evening, the Tithi starts, and it ends on the next day of 24th of 12:30. So to connect to the mighty Swaroopa of Kalabhairava, I would like to share few of the information which may be helpful for you guys to practice the sadhana in a very simple terms. But before I proceed further, the sadhana which I am trying to tell, it's not the glimpse of the information which has been captured from any of the YouTube or any of the Instagram university informations. It's ideally a heartful sharing from my personal experience. So whatever I have felt, I have experienced from the sadhana practice, I'm trying to transform those information into this video today as a spiritual note. And content of this information, I will give it to all Bhairava sadhakas who would actually get some information about the sadhana paddhati. So before I would start, I believe you have already gone through the last video of Kalabhairava. So connecting to that, I would also connect one dot about Kalabhairava. Who is Kalabhairava also? See, ideally, this is all information is of largely available in Shiva Tantra or Shiva Purana or Kashmir Shaivism, especially the Tantric tradition which they follow. It is Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. See, basically, in Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, it has clearly been articulated that Kalabhairava is a furious form. So he is the two extreme forms. One is Saumya Swarupa. So normally we tell him as the Swarupa, which is very pleasing for us. And other is um, he furious deity, but in the truth form, okay, as a great teacher, as a protector for us. I hope you have already gone through the video. So please, if you have missed out, please go through that video, which will give you the framework about what exactly Kalabhairava is all about. So to talk about more information about Kalabhairava, who is Kalabhairava? Ideally, he being a protector for us and on this Kali Yuga, as we being an ignorant species, we always feel that Maya is overtaking us. So to eliminate all those Mayas, Bhairava is one who actually can help us in this paddhati or in this process. See, Bhairava is also called as in Kshetrapala. So basically, we need to understand Bhairava who actually take us out of the karma as well as the time. So even as I mentioned in Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, it is many like Shiva Jnana Upadeshas has been given very clearly that Bhairava is the only one towards take us towards a self-realization by moving over all our barriers in our life. It may be ignorance, it may be kama, krodha, all these pancha karmendriyas which is actually obstructing us to move towards the jnana. This he will help us the path in a better way that we will be able to sail to the destination. So I believe actually I don't want to take more about the Bhairava information. I believe in the past previous video I have given a lot of information, and as I told you, the lot series of information I would be sharing. So maybe in upcoming videos. But today we will ideally talk about the understanding of sadhana paddhati. What is paddhati? Paddhati is a process. See, basically, Bhairava sadhana is actually done in three ways. Or we call it as three types of sadhanas. One is sattvika, tamasika, and rajasika. Sattvika is ideally for the beginners and household or a family members or people who want to live evolving peaceful practice, and also who are in a samsaram paddhati, meant to say like who has bonded in the family. Satvika Swarupa is all good. So whatever the riti of paddhati we pray to the god, it may be Ganapati or Shiva or Durgama. Normally, most of the Hindu paddhati what we follow is Satvika. But the next stage of Satvika sadhana, which will go into a Tamasika. These are actually gunas, but also being divided as a sadhana paddhati. Tamasika sadhana is actually like we can call it as advanced practitioners. So they basically what they do is um, we intensify certain rituals and offerings into the paddhati. The puja vidhana will be same, but few of the mantras will change, and few of the naivedhyam, whatever we offer to the god, will change. As an example, I can tell you like in Tamasika, there is offering of alcohol or a meat. And basically, this Tamasika sadhana is a strict under the guidance of a guru only it should be done. In case if you have been given a diksha, about the talking about the guru, diksha, and mantra, I would be covering a separate topic because this is also one of the most misunderstood words. But coming back to the topic, especially tamasika sadhana should be done only with the guru's guidance. And in case if you have been given a diksha, then only you are supposed to do it. The third, the most is like rajasika sadhana. See, rajasika sadhana has a lot most intense form, including the mantra paddhati will varies from tamasika. Procedures will be much more, the offerings will be much more offered. But along with this, there would be certain sacrifices which will be done. It may be animal or any other beings actually sacrifices would be done. But this is like, as I told you, in the 64 forms of Bhairava, basically we need to understand what type of Bhairava we are actually getting him. So when it is always been said, when you do any kind of a sadhana, try to understand the paddhati first, and then only you start. But in this today's video, I am only sharing a practices which is pertaining to Satvika, that is a beginner. So normally, it doesn't require any kind of a formal initiation or any kind of a diksha for this. Anyone who feel that actually they want to go into the sadhana paddhati, they want to enhance their life towards a meditational process. This is the best way to start. Guru will always handhold you to take you to the destination, and he will ensure that actually whatever unwanted barriers are there in your life, he will eliminate all those things. So, with no due, I would like to share some information about the preparation of the sadhana. See, as I told you from initial information about the sadhana, it's starting on 22nd, 23rd of November, that is on Friday, and it is going to end on the 24th. Uh, See, it is again every different places, different mm places of the India, the calendar may vary, but Tithis actually will vary in a very short information. So as I conveyed, coming Friday, that is 22nd, the Tithi would start at 6 7 p.m. and it ends on the 24th, that is on Saturday. It is very ideal and the best to do it on the 22nd Friday evening because Bhairava Sadhana, Kalabhairava Sadhana, especially doing on the nights, invokes him very quickly. He will be very happy to come and support you on your ish, whatever your wishes are there. Ishtam, whatever your ishtams are there, he'll be able to come and help you. Basically, the preparations, you should always ensure that you pick any kind of a peaceful idol or image of Kalabhairava who is in Shanta Swarupa. See, again, as I told you, we should always be keen whether what type of Bhairava we are invoking. Basically, what happens is Ashtanga Bhairava, if we are invoking, he is a symbol of knowledge. Ruru Bhairava, he is a symbol of creativity and love. Chanda Bhairava is a symbol of a discipline. Krodha Bhairava is a symbol of anger, justice. Unmatha is of ecstasy as well as a divine madness. Kapala Bhairava is about the liberation. Bhishana Bhairava is about fearlessness. And Samhara Bhairava is about destruction and renewal. So, knowing all these things, my always suggestion is open the internet, whichever the photo you feel that it is pleasing you, with a very Shanta Swarupa, then only please opt those. Do not go for any kind of AI images which are available today in the or in the portal. Bhairava should not be in a furious form. Even the simplest gesture, as I told you, like even in a simple mudras, the intuitions as well as a results of the karya will change. In similar way, when you invoke him in one swarupa, that's what the swarupa blessings you're going to get. If you are a beginner with the sadhana, my always suggestion is to go with the Shanta Swarupa. Again, as I told you, Ugra Swarupas and Ugra Devata invocations are done in a very different form, only with the grace of Guru and with the grace of divine masters. Then only we will be able to get Bhairava's blessings. But again, it depends upon your karma phala as well as is your connection with Bhairava. So, coming back, ensure that you are going to take a peaceful appearance idol, or it should be in a brass or a silver, or you can also go take any printout of Bhairava, Kalabhairava, and even Batuka Bhairava is also fine because there is no major difference between Batuka Bhairava and Kalabhairava. See, these are all forms of Batuka is actually like a kid form who is 6 years kid, but he has all the Swarupas, Shakti of Shiva, whatever he has. But he will be very easily to accessible for us when we pray him. So in case if you are doing for a first time, my request would be please take a print out of Batuka Bhairava and the mantra japa of you can be performed on Batuka as well as Kalabhairava also. Along with this, you need to take one red cotton cloth, 1 meter, few flowers, especially red hibiscus, as well as aparajita, blue aparajita, which is he ideally loves this. If we offer him this, he will be very happy. So if you are not aware, like Aparajita, I would request you to please Google it and cross-check. If it is available near to your place, please offer this flower to him. If not, actually, you can offer even red, yellow, as well as a white. Along with this, you need to have a Rudraksha Japamala. And during the process, you need to prepare certain Naivedyam. If you're not able to prepare, you can offer any kind of a sweets which is prepared with a jaggery. Any fried items like vada, pakoda, chips, or any sort of those. And in case if you are okay to prepare much more, next level, lemon rice without onion would be better. Along with this, you need to ensure that little black sesame seeds you have it. It may be like I am not going to specify with a gram perspective, a little bit. So it may be 50 grams, 100 grams, or even 10 grams, 20 grams, whatever you feel that's comfortable. And 4-mukhi diya, we call it as chaturmukhi or charmukhi diya with mustard oil. Optional would will be keeping the Kalabhairava yantra. If you would want this yantra, please text me. I would be sharing you a soft copy of the yantra, because without even the paddhati, it has been clearly told, when you are doing any kind of a sadhana, especially you need to have a yantra, you need to invoke with a mantra, and you need to have it with the proper uh, basic tantra informations. So in case if you are looking for a Kalabhairava yantra, please reach out or a DM to me. I'll be able to share it with you. Coming to the procedure, that is step by step I would like to tell. Ideally, you need to prepare a platform, the altar, where you should be facing towards the east. The red cloth need to be mounted onto the table. Position the Kalabhairava idol image in the center. Arrange the flowers as whatever you feel, as however the love you get connected to him. Please arrange it in the way you want it. In front of him, you need to keep a plate. It should be unused plate. Okay, earthen plate would be very great. In that plate, actually, you need to keep little bit of rice, like white rice, akshata. We call it as akshata. And in middle of it, you need to keep a betel nut. Middle of it, and one or two coins you can place it as a dakshina. Along with that, in front of it, in one more plate, you can keep black sesame seeds, or you can also add it in the same plate. And deepam should be placed in front of this, whatever the plate we have offered with the akshata. Next is about preparation. Basically, when you start invocating, we need to do achamanya. Achamanya is actually a process. We do like 3 sips of water, we do it. If you are willing to learn about this achamanya process, please text me. I'll be able to actually give you the steps, basic steps. I don't want to actually teach you the complete ritual of achamanya. It is basically with the grace of Guru, only the Guru mantra, the Diksha would be given when you are wearing the sacred threads. At that time, actually, it would be given. So, coming back, in case if you're unaware about the process, my simple request would be just surrender to Him with a pure heart, asking Him the permission that actually, Bhairava, Baba, I'm starting this sadhana. Please be with me and also guide me on the complete closure of the process. And you can also tell, like, whatever your wishes are there, with love and generosity. He will be able to understand all those stuff. State your intention very clearly. It should be very clear. If you are repeatedly changing your intentions, like many of them would do, write it in a piece of paper, keep it in front of him, telling that this is my intention. It may be like your personal growth, your spiritual clarity, or a divine blessing, or whatsoever your worldly requirements are there, you can write it in and keep it. My proposal would be, even when it comes to the state of intention, that is, especially when you ask the way to the Devata, it is a process which is being involved. It is not like every now and then we do change our intentions of the sadhana. So it is always better. It should be short, simple, as well as clear. Next is about chanting the mantra. As if you are a beginner, my request would be chant with Om Bhairavaya Namaha, or Om Batuk Bhairavaya Namaha, or Om Kalabhairava Namaha. Even we can add little of other mantras, which is Mula mantra. There are much more defined at it. But I suggest you to please avoid any kind of a bija mantras, because bija mantras are not simple, or see, it is actually syllables, especially you need to understand. Bija mantra is very, very powerful when it comes to invoking it. It will spout in such a way that actually it will become a big vriksha. It will become a big tree, which will actually start giving the fruits and all sort of negative eliminations will go away from our Atman. So my proposal would be Bija Mantra, please avoid it. If you have got any kind of Bija Mantra invocation, especially from Bhairava Padathi, my suggestion would be like, please follow that. For the newbies, my suggestion would be like, do with um, Rudraksh, basically at least 11 rounds. Or if you are comfortable, you can actually do it in 3 different rounds, like totally of 21 rounds. That would be the best and fruitful outcome. Besides, after this, actually, before you get up, every time you get up, like 3 different slots if you have kept, ensure that every time um, you conclude the sadhana and take a break, ensure that actually you complete with the Kalabhairava Ashtakam. Or if you are completing with the 21, make sure that one single round of Kalabhairava Ashtakam has been done. Or if you feel more comfortable and if you feel that actually if you are able to do much better, my suggestion would be like, um, you can actually recite the Kalabhairava Ashtakam for 3 to 11 times. Next is about before we after completing of the Kalabhairava Ashtakam, my proposal and my personal advice would be recite Ashtottara, 108 names of Kalabhairava. It depends upon your personal, how many times you want to do. Believe me, the more time you do this, you better get connected to him in a very beautiful way. He's such a divine that especially Ashtottara is a basic step. He get pleased about it. And offer your prayers after this and ask him the forgiveness. This is very, very vital. Ensure that actually ask him forgive for all the mistakes, whatever you have done in all this paddhati, and also ask him that if mantra or any kind of a process or even dhyana, if you have not been able to focus completely and able to do the paddhati, ask him to forgive. He is the one Dayamaya who will quickly take our words and he will be able to excuse us all our mistakes. After completion of a sadhana paddhati, offer whatever you have kept the naivedyam, as I told you, like lemon rice or anything. Ensure that you take this naivedyam, offer this to street dogs. Ideally, Bhairava is blessed and deeply connected to feeding the dogs. So my proposal would be, even on 24th, whatever you prepare it at the home, without uh, tasting it, ensure that actually the Naivedyam is kept to the Bhairava and it is being offered to the dogs. And one information note is, whatever you keep it in the sadhana paddhati, especially the prasadam Naivedyam to the Bhairava, we are not supposed to consume as a prasadam here. Here we are supposed to give it this as an offering to the street dogs. Do not look around for any kind of a black dogs or any kind of particular black dogs in the street. Whichever you feel comfortable, please give it to them. That would be the step. Others proposal, this would be actually the conclusion of a sadhana, but I would like to tell 2 things, okay, which is very important. If you have already done the sadhana, like minimum 3 mandala, so I would be conveying about more information of mandala sadhana, which is a different way when it comes to a occasional sadhana paddhati. So what you need to do is, in case if you have already completed your sadhana in a 3 mandalas, minimum 3 mandalas, then you can include one bijakshara, like Reem. For whatever the Mula Mantra you have it, you can include this. If you want more clarity on this, please text me and let me know, like if you have completed your 3 mandalas, I'll be able to give you this information, because when we invoke any kind of a particular mantra to someone, depending upon the practitioner, we are supposed to tell this. So my request would be, if you are only an advanced practitioner, then only you are supposed to do this. After concluding all these things, before you go to the bed, ensure that actually you sleep on the floor, avoid bed, and just to make sure that you humility as well as you are devoted, you get connected to him in a better way, seeking a protection for him. Most important, celibacy to be followed. Okay, and if you are able to do, start it from today or whenever you are able to see this video, or if you are going to do it on the sadhana day, especially on the Kalabhairava Jayanti, try to do it this for minimum of 3 or 7 days. And if possible, you can continue even for the longer days as per your comfortable. And basically, the more you are able to connect to him in this paddhati, the manifestation, either the fulfillment of your wishes, it will sometimes more profound, or the gratitude, clarity, or the path you need will open up to you. He may grace you in this one or the other way, which will actually help us or help you or help us to actually go to the better things. Close the thoughts with the proper information. I would always ensure that actually after doing all these things, even the third day of practice, whatever you concluded, make sure that actually you follow the same steps as whatever I told you, like whatever the closure notes are there, please try to follow those. And before I conclude about the sadhana paddhati, again, let me just reiterate, he is not just a deity. He is a presence that can transform every aspects of our life. It is only we need to approach ourselves with a pure love and devotion. He only look for this. It is not like how many materials you are going to offer to him. It is only how dedicated you are, how bhava, the intention, the love what you pour in front of him will matter a lot. So that is actually most needed in Bhairava Sadhana. And if you have any kind of questions or need any further kind of a guidance, please feel to ask me, and you can text me. I would surely let you know the knowledge whichever I have got from my guru or my personal experience from a sadhana paddhati. May I require Kalabhairava to protect all you, flood you with the knowledge, protect you with his boundless grace. As I would like to tell also one information, the next video will be much more about Swarupas, Bhairava Swarupas. So if you want to know particularly about any particular Swarupa which I had told you, Bhairava Swarupas, let me know. Or I would be covering on general about all the 8 Swarupas along with 64 Swarupas of him. Ideally, this is also, as I told you, it is Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. This is actually a base of all this information, which is ideally been articulated by Kashmiri Shaivism. So they have Kaula Paddhati, they follow it. And there are different types of Paddhati. Maybe in a different video, I will surely let you know about all those stuffs in a single short videos, so that you will be able to connect better. So thank you for watching. SivaOM. Om Bhairavaya Namaha. Om Hingulambikaya Namaha. Om Kamakyaya Namaha. Om Kalakalaya Vidmahe. Kalatitaya Dhimahi. Tannah Kalabhairava Prachodayat. Om Bam Bhatukaya Apatudharanaya Kuru Kuru Bhatukaya Rim. SivaOM.